Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about living in Miami, Brickell versus South Beach, and I'm going to get started right now. Hey everyone, my name is Jamey Prezzi. I'm a real estate agent in Miami and Miami Beach, and today I'm going to talk to you about Brickell versus South Beach so that you can make a good decision on what neighborhood best fits you and your lifestyle. But before I get started on that, I just want to tell you, if this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss another update. I do put out new videos every single week. Also, if you would like to get my free relocation guide, make sure you use the link below in the information box and download it today. I'll also add you to our weekly newsletter, so you're always on top of our local Miami and Miami Beach real estate. So I think the first way I need to explain this to you, if you're not familiar with our area, is this. Brickell is on the mainland of Miami, and downtown Miami is just north of Brickell. They're separated by a little bridge. And then from downtown Miami, there's a bridge that goes over into South Beach. South Beach is a neighborhood of Miami Beach from about 23rd Street down to 1st Street. And we have the ocean on one side and Biscayne Bay on the other side. Now, what's good to know is they're very close together. I do find what sort of makes people choose between one neighborhood or the other is ultimately comes down to the style of living and also the cost of living. So let me talk a little bit about that so that you understand the difference between both neighborhoods and you can make the best decision about where to live. So one thing that I thought that would be really helpful is to show you a snapshot of 3-bedroom properties between both neighborhoods that have sold over the last 180 days. These are condominium properties. And I did not separate it by type of building. For instance, some of the branded buildings like the Icons, the Asia, Murano at Portofino, Continuum, like some of the more branded buildings, they sell for a little bit more than some of the non-branded buildings. Also, I did not separate this out by the line of the building, meaning the view. And I also did not separate it out by the age. I just pulled a generic selection of everything that is closed that are 3 bedrooms over the last 180 days. But I wanted to show you because I thought this would give you a good idea of showing you the difference of the pricing between both neighborhoods. So this top section is Brickell, and you can see that the average 3.3 closed for $1 million. And then the bottom section is South Beach, and the average 3.3 closed for $2.9 million. So that's the big difference in pricing between the two neighborhoods. So Brickell is on the mainland of Miami, like I said, and although it's an older neighborhood of Miami, it's newer in terms of living. It's been built up over the last 10-15 years. It features tons of high rises, there's restaurants, there's shopping, there's dining. And in addition to that, it's a huge financial district. There are a lot of law offices, insurance offices. It has a very corporate sort of chic city living feeling. A lot of people who live in Brickell choose to live in that area because they want to live in something newer. You get a little bit more for your money than South Beach. Actually, sometimes a lot more for your money. And people just like to live in that neighborhood because it's accessible to work and sometimes even their kids' school. South Beach, on the other hand, is an older neighborhood of Miami Beach, and it is on the island of Miami Beach. South Beach has a lot of different real estate options. There are high rises, there's older Art Deco buildings, there's newer boutique buildings. We even have some single family homes. There's single family homes too on Brickell, but just a little section of Brickell has single family homes. Most people who are living there are living in the high rise buildings. In South Beach, we do have some single family homes as well, but I would say it's mostly condominium living in South Beach. South Beach has the allure of the beach, and it does not have as dense a feeling as Brickell. It's a little bit more spread out, a little bit more green space, and it's just a different type of living. But because the properties are on an island on Miami Beach, they are a lot more expensive. You get a lot more for your money, sometimes even 50% less cost living on Brickell than you do on South Beach. So I would say, you know, very often for a very comparable sort of living experience in a high-rise on the water, it can be almost half the cost. And that's why people choose to live on Brickell versus South Beach. And you know, it's sort of the feeling of Brickell and South Beach, just two different feelings. South Beach is an older neighborhood. It feels a little bit older. Brickell is a little bit newer. It's a little bit glossier. So it just sort of depends on the lifestyle that you want. We have lived in both areas, and I would say 50% of our friends and our clients live on Brickell and 50% of our friends and clients live on South Beach. So I think at the end of the day, what will really determine which neighborhood fits you the best is just going to depend on the lifestyle that you expect, how much you want to spend on a property, and ultimately where you feel like you're getting the most for your money. If you have more questions about living in Miami or Miami Beach and Brickell or South Beach, let me know. I'm always here to be a resource for you, and I will see you next week.